Okay, let's have just a really short, quick oracle session on this whole who won the election and was there voter fraud? So, this is what I got. I asked the question, was there widespread voter fraud against Trump? Now, hold on. I got the answer as a solid no, but this doesn't mean that there wasn't some kind of interference. When I say widespread voter fraud, that means there was no voters who were committing fraud against Trump. Okay, we have to clarify our questions. So voters were not en masse, um, creating ballots that were fraudulent against Trump. That's all that question meant. So I ask, are there other kinds of election interference? Ooh, I'm getting a warm. You're getting close. Um, and I asked, was this interference coming from outside the US? No. Um, did this, is it something to do with the deep state? And I kind of got, you're missing the point. When you start asking questions like, ooh, I have to know the details about who did what and what was their intention, the sage doesn't like to answer that. They just like to answer questions to bring you understanding. Was there interference? Was there not? Who won? Etc. So let's keep going. So nothing. This didn't come from outside the U.S. Um, and then I asked, was this something about the voting machines? And I got, ooh, you're getting close. But that's basically all I could get from the sage because I did ask other questions. I was really trying to dig and I just kept getting cold, missing the point, wrong direction. So I'm not going to include those questions. But I did ask, did this interference cost Trump the election? Yes. And then I asked, so Trump was the actual winner, and I'm getting warm. And I'm getting warm because of the word that I used, actual. What's actually happening is Biden's been declared the winner, okay? Or in at least in the media, everyone's kind of accepting. So that's what's actually happening. So I changed the question. So Trump was the legal winner. Ding, ding, ding. So yes, yes, yes. Um, Let me see here. I was going through all these kinds of questions like, was it intentional? Who was doing it? Sage wasn't going to answer those questions. Um, but I did ask. So after all this, Biden is going to be certified as president elect. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. Um, so in the other Oracle sessions I did about the election, if you recall, and I don't know if I said this to you, but I initially got Biden was going to win, but I also got Trump was going to win. And I don't know if I mentioned that, but I look back on my notes and I also got Trump was going to win. And what I heard was both will win. I think neither will be president. Well, I think that this is true. And then also my last video, I did get a big hit that Trump was becoming the winner or was the winner at that point in time. So what I'm getting here is they both won. One is a legal winner, one is the actual something was created and anyway they both won according to the sage. So that prophecy or prediction really kind of bared out according to my sessions and what I feel. And I really do feel like Trump, I really did feel like that he won. And that statistically something just didn't feel right. And I think it has something to do with the machines. Now, whether it was intentional, maybe they were programmed wrong, I don't know. But I think those Dominion election machines, we don't need to know who did it, but for whoever's out there whoever your candidate was or is, they won. They absolutely won. But we have to turn everything over to the cosmos now, because there are forces greater than us. And we don't need to go digging into who did what and blame, blame, blame. Right now, we're in a state on this planet that everything is beyond our control or even investigation. So your guy won. Congratulations. But don't get too cocky and arrogant. And I'm saying that in regards to my energy report. Okay, what else did I ask? I did ask, is Trump planning a coup? And I got it warm. So something's going on there. I just asked a couple of questions. Some kind of coup or something is being planned, whether it's his supporters or Trump knows about it or people in his family are talking about it. It's being talked about, but I'm just getting warm. I need lots more information. So I think it's still in the talking phase, or maybe just so many people are talking about it that we're creating it. So I don't know about this, but I did ask, was there going to be a peaceful transfer between Trump and Biden? I got a solid yes. And in my other Oracle session about the time of the election, I did get and knowing that there would be a timeline split. And so I checked in with the sage and I asked, has the timeline split occurred? And I got a yes, like hot, ding, 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 it has occurred. And when I looked into that, just kind of like, what does that timeline split look like? We kind of see this current timeline that we're all on. Now, personally, we have all different types of timeline for our personal lives, but there is a one congruent timeline that we've all, as humanity on this planet, been living, a certain agreed reality. But after this election, there's been a split. And what I saw, it's kind of like a fault line, or I've just lost the word. You can see it when there's been an earthquake or a continent split. That's what happened. That one congruent timeline has split, and they're at this point. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just seeing things in my head. And when I asked, what was the trigger for this timeline split, what I saw was the sun, this beautiful sun, and the energy was not pouring down, but that the sun was magnetically pulling the rise of consciousness on this planet. And this is there's a documentary called Solar Revolution that talks about that the sun is responsible for the evolution and the awakening of consciousness, because it penetrates right into our pineal gland. It's a fascinating study and research and documentary. I highly recommend it. But this totally makes sense. So, and the vision I got was when you lay down seeds for grass or any kinds of seeds, and the sun is there and the energy is kind of drawing or tickling, I don't know, that's not the right word, but hoping that that seed will wake up and reach its potential and grow towards the sun, right? And so when I was looking at it, this split is occurring because enough little seedlings, us, are waking up, and we're rising towards the sun. And when a plant or the grass or whatever is growing, it kind of creates cracks in the dirt, kind of creates little grass. Anyway, I know I'm not explaining this very well. I didn't plan on telling you all this. I can see it here, but not verbally explain it to you. And it creates a little rift in the timeline. So while some seeds are going to grow and are sprouting up towards the sun, some seeds just aren't thriving yet or awake yet. You've seen that. You lay seeds down, some grow, some don't. There's no rhyme or reason for it. Anyway, that's the timeline split. We're all in the we're in the same space, but now going to be functioning in different densities. Yeah. So, are you a seedling? Are you sprouting new growths? Or are you still sleeping? I don't know. That's not really the question. Okay, enough of my ramblings. The whole point of this was Oracle session. Who won the election? They both won. And lots of malarkey and shenanigans going on, but we can't do anything about it. The universe is in control now. Just let it all go. You were right. Your guy won. And now let's just see what the universe does. Okay? Take care until next time.